Unlike me, bacteria come in many diverse species. They have to think of the places they inhabit, from Antarctica to the Sahara, hydrothermal vents to circus tents, while I inhabit the basements. Some bacteria are insane with what we would consider superpowers, able to survive in extreme conditions, specifically called extromophelic bacteria or extremophiles. Some can survive in extreme heat, cold, pH, air levels, and so on. For example, an acidophile grows in an optimal acidity below the pH of 3. HCl, stomach acid, has a pH of around 1, and the bacterium Heliobacter pylori can survive in it. Now imagine if there was a bacterium that was a polyextremophile, like amazo from Justice League Unlimited, multiple powers. Well, you don't have to. There is one such bacterium, Deinococcus radiodurans, which is nicknamed Conan the Bacterium. With this name, you know it means business. Let's get into its origin story. It was discovered in 1956 when Heisenberg was born, but really that's when the actor Bryan Cranston was born, by Arthur Anderson at the Oregon Agricultural Experimentation Station. It's actually Experiment Station, but it's more fun to say it that way. In Oregon, where Gravity Falls takes place. I mean, where else would it be? In a test to see if canned food could be sterilized with gamma rays, basically make the food free from bacteria. They used gamma rays as gamma rays were shown to kill living things instead of turning them into the Hulk. If you kill bacteria, the meat would not spoil, because things spoil, or food spoils, because of the growth of microbes on the food. Small things make food go bad, basically. Meat was gammarized, but it spoiled. How could this happen? The researchers probably thought, scared senseless. Well, upon further inspection, it was discovered that Conan the Bacterium had survived. Gamma rays are damaging as they cause the links between the components of DNA to break. To put it simply, it can survive 500,000 rads, 400,000 would kill the tardigrade, for a comparison. According to the CDC, more than 600 rads would kill a person if exposed for long enough. Its unusual powers come from the fact that it can self-repair DNA to a very high and efficient degree. So, exposed to gamma rays, where another organism's DNA would be totaled, it can repair its DNA. This also allows it to survive desiccation. What is desiccation, you may ask? Well, it is the removal of moisture from something. So, a cool way to say drying, kind of. Its genetic code is also redundant with multiple copies. It's redundant. Like the rockets built for space travel. For example, the space shuttle had 5 general computers loaded with the same software and working together instead of a single specialized computer. Speaking of space travel, in an experiment by the ISS, the bacterium were put on aluminium panels outside the ship and left there for 3 years. They survived the 3 years exposed to outer space, which is pretty cool. Think of the possibilities. Mars settlement specifically. It can also be biologically altered to produce certain drugs humans may need if we ever decided to take on the red planet. It can also possibly survive on the red planet as it will not be killed by the radiation. It can do all this as it can isolate parts of its DNA and repair them along with what I mentioned above. It's also being used in the study of aging and cancer. Think about it, it can repair itself. Which, well, aging is kind of the opposite. So the mechanisms which allows it to repair itself can teach us a lot. Do you think this bacterium will lead to some breakthrough? Leave it in the comments. All this makes it an astrobiologist's dream, I would imagine. My dream is for you to hit that subscribe button and leave a like. Stay hydrated and keep leveling up.